tell me a little bit about what then when with Kraglin then when you guys decide you're going to do Guardians and you come in to do this role, and that role just evolves throughout each movie and even into Thor and to the Christmas special. So how does that whole thing come about?
It's crazy that role expanded the way it did. I knew when James got the job that he was going to write and direct Guardians, which was just like such a massive life change for him. It was a downtime. It had been a downtime for both of us professionally. I'd done Gilmore Girls, but I'd kind of had some really lean years, and I was like, look, I was not working enough and things like that. And so I knew that we always would try to work together when we could, but also it was a big new job for him. It was big. The idea that like he should just be expected to hire me for something was not there. Like I knew that like, hey, if he can, he will. That's always been our thing. If it's right, we'll do it, but we're not going to like shoehorn something into the wrong.
I got you a good Christmas gift last year. Come on.
Yeah, right. But he kind of told me when he first talked about Guardians, he talked about Rocket, and he talked about how they hadn't cast a voice actor yet, that they were going to go with a bigger celebrity, but he wasn't even sure they would have somebody cast by the time they started shooting, and that he needed somebody on set to play Rocket, that he trusted, that he could like, that would be something other than just a PA holding the script, etc. Things. And that maybe he would ask me to do it, but he wasn't sure. There were a lot of things. And he said at the same time, I do think I have a role for you also, a character that he called the first mate.
Okay.
Who's like, he's like the first mate of the character that Rooker's playing.
Yeah.
I knew Rooker, we'd worked together and we were friends by that point. I was like, cool. And first of all, I was really excited for him, but I also just really needed a job. And so I was like, great, hopefully this will work out. I have no idea. And then it all came together really, really fast. I think after he was in prep for a while, he's like, okay, it's going to be two things. I'm going to ask you to come to London and read this character of Rocket, at least like read him in the read through, and we're going to figure out how this character is going to work. But then also while you're here, there'll be this on-screen character that I didn't know much about. I read the script, and like we like Kraglin evolved. So we experimented with who that character was. I know that I showed up and it was like, you know, he's Texture in the first movie. He's a sidekick. And I mean, he remains a sidekick for part of it, but like he's like kind of chimes in from the background and has a line here, a line there. And it was like, who is this guy? Is he a bad guy? I had no idea. I was like, is he like a maniac? Are we playing him for laughs? What are we doing? And we experimented. We did it. We shot it different ways on set. And we like kind of tried different things. And it wasn't really till I saw a cut of the movie that I understood much better who the character was, which is like, that was a new experience for me as an actor. I never I went to an acting conservatory. I've been like acting my whole life. So the idea that I would do anything other than try to create a complete, performance and then deliver it was different to me. But I really felt like we kind of learned who Kraglin was, and then James got sort of an expanded vision of who that character could be. And before the second movie, he's like, I want to do a little more with Kraglin, and I think he started to have a vision. I think James always had pieces of the trilogy in mind, but then after he finished the first movie and saw what worked, he got a real vision for both the second and the third movies kind of at the same time.